The Capstone still reeling from the news that Nick Saban is retiring after almost 50 years of coaching. We're live and local tonight with his lasting impact on the Druid City.
A major blast of severe weather and extremely high winds on the way into Alabama tomorrow. Very serious situation for Friday. We'll give you an update on the timing and the impacts coming up.
And Bessemer police arrest 2 people in connection to the murder of a 5-year-old. Tonight, they're searching for a 3rd person. What the district attorney says needs to be done to protect young children.
This is WVTM 13. Breaking news is happening right now.
And this just into the WVTM 13 newsroom. Tonight, Auburn coach Carnell Cadillac Williams is leaving the Plains. Thanks so much for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Sherry Falk.
I'm Guy Rawlings. The former Auburn star running back and first-round draft pick announced tonight he's leaving the program to pursue other opportunities. Cadillac first came to the Plains as a freshman in 2001 and helped lead the 2004 Tigers to a Sugar Bowl win. After spending 6 seasons in the NFL, he then began a coaching career in 2015.
In 2019, then Auburn coach Gus Malzahn brought him on as staff as running backs coach. In 2022, after Brian Harsin was fired midway through the season, he was appointed as interim head coach for the final games of the season and stayed on as an assistant head coach this year under Hugh Freeze.
Williams releasing a statement tonight saying in part that he's grateful for the past 5 years he's spent on the Plains and thanked Malzahn and Freeze for the opportunity.
Coach Freeze also thanking Williams for all of the work that he's done for the Auburn program and saying that he wishes him nothing but the best. All right, we also have some more breaking news tonight. The U.S. and the United Kingdom carrying out strikes against more than a dozen Iranian-backed Houthi targets in Yemen.
The fighter jets and Tomahawk missiles targeted radar systems, drone storage and launch sites, as well as storage and launch sites for the ballistic and cruise missiles. In a statement, President Biden says he ordered the strikes in direct response to Houthi attacks against international ships in the Red Sea. He also added that he will not hesitate to order future strikes. There are no reports of injuries or damage.
For the latest on these developing stories, be sure to download the WVTM 13 app. All right, now turning to tomorrow's alert day. We're bracing for a wet and windy day, but right now a look at the downtown skyline from our camera there. Not too bad. It's pretty calm out there. Not that chilly either.
Yeah, but not for long. According to Chief Meteorologist Jason Simpson, we're looking at an alert day tomorrow.
We are. Think about it this way. There are 2 things that we have to be concerned about. One, yes, there is a risk of some severe thunderstorms by definition that could get some warnings. It's going to be crazy windy during the day tomorrow, and that's why we have an alert day for basically the entire state, where some of the highest wind gusts are expected in the orange area here from Marion County through Fayette, Walker, Winston, and I'll even say for Cullman, Blount, Etowah, Cherokee, this north central zone right here seems to be one of the hot spots just north of Birmingham and south of Huntsville, where some of the most intense wind very well may occur during the day tomorrow. It's quiet now, but even up here on Red Mountain this evening, we can tell a big difference in the way the wind is already starting to sound. 57 in Birmingham, 59 Tuscaloosa, still quiet in Pell City at 43, Aniana 53, Cullman now at 52 degrees. To the west, a storm system brewing, big thunderstorms firing across Arkansas, and as all this starts to come together, it's going to send a whopper of a storm system across the southeast during the day tomorrow. So overnight, it's just a little cool. Friday morning into Friday afternoon, that's where the alert weather sets in, and this could be a very dangerous situation tomorrow afternoon because of very high wind gusts that could be over 60 miles per hour. Not only is that dangerous just for trees falling, it's dangerous to be on the roads too. Rain's going to start moving in about 4 o'clock in the morning into the Birmingham area. It gets heavier, and each time one of these rain bands passes, especially this last one, the wind could get violent. We'll talk about how fast the wind will get, how long it's going to be this way, and about the potential for wintry weather next week coming up. Guy and Sherry?
All right, Jason, thanks. Well, as we brace for a rough weather day, the Jefferson County EMA is prepared to help if you need it.
And tomorrow's severe weather also comes on the 1-year anniversary of a deadly tornado outbreak in West Alabama. The Emergency Management Agency is urging you to be cautious no matter how at risk your neighborhood is.
We just want people to remember the big 3. Go over your plan with your family. Have multiple ways of receiving not only warning information, but weather information, whether that's through a trusted news app, social media outlet, so you can connect with like the Weather Service webpage, and then your emergency notifications.
More than 6 school closures are already in place. For a full list and for ways to keep up with any changes in the forecast or times or delays in schools, be sure to head on over to our app or our website.
And I think everybody should take the attitude that we're working to be a champion, that we want to be a champion in everything that we do. And what I would like for every football team to do that we play is to sit there and say, I hate playing against these guys.
Nick Saban wrapping up his final day on the capstone as Alabama's legendary head football coach.
WVTM 13's Ryan Hennessy from Tuscaloosa, the focal point of college football, as Nick Saban says goodbye after 17 seasons.
Around 24 hours ago, Nick Saban officially retiring as the head football coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide. What a career it's been for Saban. 6 national championships at Alabama over 17 seasons. Here's video from earlier today. Nick Saban walking out of the football facility in what could be his final time. He spoke exclusively with Reese Davis, the host of ESPN's College Game Day. I had a chance to catch up with Davis after the interview to talk about Saban walking away from a legendary coaching career.
You know, he wanted to be honest with players and coaches that he was trying to hire about how long he was going to be here. And he, couldn't quite answer that question all the time. And so he felt like maybe he said, I never wanted to be the one who was dragging the program down. I was like, well, there are precious few indications that that's the case. But I think he just decided it was the right time for him.
Coming up in sports, a lot more on the retirement of Nick Saban with the Alabama Crimson Tide. Hear from some of his former players on what kind of coach he was to them and how much they appreciated him during their time here in Tuscaloosa. We're in Tuscaloosa. Ryan Hennessy, WVTM 13.
Many say Saban's off-field impact is the greatest part of his legacy in Tuscaloosa. The coach's nonprofit, Nick's Kids, named after his dad, has donated more than $12 million since 2007. About $1.5 million of that to help build 20 Habitat for Humanity homes since 2011. Habitat Director Ellen Potts believes the ripple effect of that generosity will be felt for years to come.
That is like the loaves and fishes miracle. They put that out there, but it's exponential, the value that is producing generationally.
Potts says they found out yesterday that Nick's Kids is already planning to fund their 21st Habitat home in honor of the 2023 football team. We're only at the 20-yard line of our continuing coverage of Coach Saban's exit. There's much more on his career and impact on our app. Download it on your phone or tablet.
Well, 2 people are behind bars and another is on the run tonight, wanted in connection to the tragic shooting death of this 5-year-old boy last weekend in Bessemer. This is just the latest update from Bessemer police. Tonight, the district attorney is praising law enforcement's efforts in identifying the suspects. WVTM 13's Gladys Batista joins us live from Bessemer from the Criminal Justice Center. And Gladys, she still believes that more needs to be done to stop violent crime.
Yeah, good evening, Guy. It is Sherry. The Jefferson County Bessemer Cutoff Division District Attorney says that those arrests just come from good police work, but she says that more collaboration is needed to continue driving down violent crime in our area.
The shooting death of 5-year-old Brandon Nation III over the weekend sent shockwaves throughout Jefferson County.
We're very serious about this violent crime. This has hit home for so many people. You have a 5-year-old who was getting a haircut on a porch.
Even for Jefferson County Bessemer Cutoff Division District Attorney Lanice Washington, who shared her reaction when she learned of what happened.
It was anger. It was a lot of questioning as to who, where, do we have any suspects?
As of Thursday, Bessemer police say Tatiana Smith and Kendrick O'Neill are behind bars, both facing capital murder and attempted murder charges. They say they're now looking for another man, Kadarius Mack, also wanted on the same charges. They say these three were involved in shooting into this home on 7th Avenue North in Bessemer Sunday morning. Little Brandon, who was getting a haircut at the time, was killed, while another man, who police say was the intended target, was critically injured. While Washington says these arrests, coming less than a week later, speak to the hard work of investigators to bring those responsible to justice. More work needs to be done to better enforce gun laws and work with family court, from helping children who may be acting out in school to young offenders.
Even on these juvenile cases, such as receiving stolen property and crimes of that nature, if we think that this child, that this minor may be involved in some other type crime or criminal activity, then we need to do what we can to curb that.
Washington believes collaboration between agencies, courts, and the community can help prevent tragedies like this before it's too late.
We all need to work together because we have a problem. And the fact that we have a 5-year-old, a lifeless 5-year-old, and a mother that's planning a funeral is just reprehensible.
Those two suspects already behind bars are being held at the Jefferson County Jail without bond, while the other suspect, Kadarius Mack, police say they believe that he could be in the Dothan area. They're still looking for him, and they ask anyone with information to call police. We're live in Bessemer for you tonight. I'm Gladys Bautista, WVTM 13.
Gladys, thanks. A man has died after being shot inside a car this week. Jacoin Carpenter was shot in the East Lake neighborhood on Oporto Madrid Boulevard Tuesday. He was taken to UAB Hospital for treatment but passed away this afternoon. So far, no arrests have been made. This marks the 4th homicide in 11 days in Birmingham.
The Gadsden City Council is set to vote on a new aquatic center in the coming days. The center will be built at the West Megan Sports Complex and was proposed by Mayor Craig Ford this week. If the council votes in favor of the measure, next week they'll enter a planning and design contract with an architectural firm to determine what the final end project will look like. Let's say that it'll feature an outdoor pool with lanes for swimming laps and at least one water slide. They will also have to work on securing funding for this project. Big changes could be coming to Hoover. What the city is planning to do with a vacant office building that could help save lives.
And former President Trump comments after closing arguments in a civil fraud trial, who he believes is responsible for all of his legal woes.
And in a story you'll only see on WVTM 13, a sneak peek inside a new lakeshore facility helping athletes develop their skills. You're watching WVTM 13 News at 10.
Tomorrow is a WVTM 13 Weather Alert Day. Trust the WVTM 13 live local late-breaking weather team for critical weather updates to keep you ahead of dangerous conditions and stay safe. Download the WVTM 13 app today.